Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. I got another one of these replies that I want to make a video about. I did that post the other night called A Crying Shame. And the individual that I've known for, I don't know, 4 years or so, long before the YouTube channel. We actually used to work together. And we don't talk politics. Now, he'll try to get me into talking politics, and it's only happened once or twice because we just got opposite ends of the spectrum. Well, I did that crying shame. And he made a comment. It's the other one I was telling you about in that other video that really ticked me off. So I didn't comment on it until today. And he posted it, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago. Like Friday or something. Friday or Saturday, I don't know. His name's Derek. I'll call him out on it. Just when I was really ready to give up on you and your politics, you reel me back in. And by that, I mean, you are realizing that this country is a hurt, and that it didn't just get this way by Democrats alone. He ain't been watching my videos and hearing me, has he? The only thing I need you to do now is jump the heck off this Titanic ship, otherwise known as the Trump. Because like you always say, you don't want nothing to do with no damn Yankees. I ain't never said that. And guess what? Trump is a Yankee. So are you, Derek. My dad was born and raised in the Bronx, New York City. And Trump has been nothing more than a con man for his whole life, and he hasn't changed one bit. I keep telling you Southerners that this man has been unscrupulous his whole life, and you guys have only been aware of him since The Apprentice. Well, I never watched The Apprentice. I don't watch much TV. Well, let's go back up here. Well, I'm not reeling you back in. You're reeling yourself in. My story has not changed. I've been the same for so long, it's pitiful. And by that I mean you are realizing that this country is a hurt. Really, Derek? I'm just realizing that? Have you listened to any of our conversations? Have you heard anything that I have said? In the videos or in person or on the phone? Have you heard anything that I've said? And that it didn't just get this way by Democrats alone. You never heard me say it got that way by Democrats alone. That's why I don't claim neither party. That's why I've made it quite plain in all of my videos that both parties are of the same silk. There's so little to separate them, it ain't even worth talking about. And to jump the heck off this Titanic ship, otherwise known as the Trump. Well, who the hell did you think we was going to vote in? Hillary? Or Bernie? I've told you in person, well, on the phone, I do not understand how you, as a veteran, could back her in any fashion. And she sold out to Navy SEALs and everybody else, but you still back her? And when I called you out on that, you told me, oh, well, I didn't vote. Really? Not voting is worse than voting for her. And you can quit misquoting me. I have never told you anything about not wanting to be beside a Yankee or none of that. Only thing you've ever heard me say is I don't go into Yankee land, and I don't. You may have heard me comment and make my old joke about there's a law that says I can't go past the Mason-Dixie line. A couple of my good friends in Georgia happened to be two black men. One was from Virginia, one was from New Jersey. But they did not drink the Kool-Aid. I think you pee Kool-Aid. Remember you was trying to convince me how good Obamacare was? It didn't work. You was trying to sell me on one world order? It didn't work. Did you notice that's when our phone calls quit? Because I figured if you was gullible to buy into all that nonsense, we didn't have a whole lot to talk about. Because those are the worst two things that could ever happen in this country. And I don't care what your dad said about Trump. What I can tell you is that if he was from New York, the Bronx, that's Democratic. He raised you in Chicago, that's Democratic. You moved to Florida, that's Democratic. Have you ever took your head out of the Democratic asshole and looked at the real world around you? Or have you drank so much Kool-Aid that you cannot see the truth? And now you want to talk to me like this, like I'm just seeing the problem. I've been ringing this bell for longer than you've known me. I've been hollering for term limits for all of the government for longer than you've known me. I have not changed my story. And yes, in that video, you heard me questioning Trump. Well, guess what? I question any elected official. I watch all of them very closely. I don't trust any politician. And yes, Trump is now a politician. Am I going to jump off the Trump ship? No. He's my president. Period. I voted for him. He's up there attempting to do something. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that you can show me as proof that he's done anything wrong since he's been in office. And don't come to me with no CNN reports. I don't want to hear it. Don't bring me no media nonsense as proof that he did something. They are the biggest liars. They're worse than politicians. And that's pretty damn bad. So no, Derek, I haven't changed my story. I didn't reel you back in. You just messed up and you actually heard something that I said instead of going by what you think I said or what you wanted me to say. You are stereotyping me is what you're doing. You think because I'm a Southern man, a Southern white man with an attitude, that this is what I must think. Don't stereotype me. Don't put me in a box. I thought you knew me better than that. Obviously not. Well, obviously not when you start trying to sell me on Obamacare and One World Order. That told me right then that you didn't know me worth a damn. You know what? This might cost a friendship. I don't care. It ticked me off when you put that nonsense up there. That was rubbish. Pure rubbish. And from a man that's supposed to know me and to be my friend, that makes it even worse. That makes it bullshit. Why don't you try living in the real world a little bit? Why don't you quit listening to all the Democratic nonsense and live in the real world? You said before when I'd made a comment, well, that's what you get for listening to one news source. And you was talking about Fox. And I got news for you. I don't trust them either. That's what I'm saying, dude. You don't know me. You're not hearing me. You're hearing what the Democrats have put in your head that they want you to think that people like me are saying. And then you think, I'll sit back and take it? Then you damn sure don't know me. I'll call you out on it. Oh, wait a minute, I just did. You stick to your Obamacare and your one world order. You keep thinking how everybody's doing you wrong. You go ahead and live your life, I'll live mine. Me, I'm going to keep being the same old Papa Joe that I've been since before you ever knew me. That's my word on the subject. Y'all remember, God loves you, so do I. Some of you get me teed off. Have you noticed that? Oh, wait a minute. I'm a Christian. I'm supposed to just sit back and take it. No. I'm the new Christian. I'll call you out on it. Y'all have a blessed day now. Good night.